Today I present to you a short story by American writer Shirley Jackson, an American writer famous for her works in horror and mystery. One of her most famous stories is The Lottery, a chilling tale that explores the dark sides of human nature and conformity in a small town. Certainly, here is the first part carefully divided. Part 1. Introduction and Gathering. Opening to the lottery drawing. The morning of June 27th was clear and sunny, with the fresh warmth of a full summer day. The flowers were blossoming profusely and the grass was richly green. The people of the village began to gather in the square, between the post office and the bank, around 10 o'clock. In some towns there were so many people that the lottery took 2 days and had to be started on June 2nd. But in this village, where there were only about 300 people, the whole lottery took less than 2 hours, so it could begin at 10 o'clock in the morning and still be through in time to allow the villagers to get home for noon dinner. Certainly, here is a continuation of Part 1. The children assembled first, and they stood quietly, their hands linked, smiling faintly. Soon the adults joined them, chatting about everyday matters as they waited for the official proceedings to begin. The atmosphere seemed friendly, and the casual conversation belied the grim event that was about to unfold. The black box, a symbol of the tradition, was brought to the center of the square. It had been stored in Mr. Summers' barn and was showing signs of wear and tear, but it held a significant place in the annual ritual. As the villagers gathered, they exchanged pleasantries, unaware of the dark undercurrents beneath the surface of their seemingly close-knit community. The introduction sets the stage for the seemingly ordinary nature of the day and the village, concealing the disturbing reality of the lottery ritual. It creates a sense of normalcy that sharply contrasts with the shocking events that will follow in the subsequent parts of the story. The Hutchinson family's draw. The focus on the Hutchinson family adds a personal element to the tension. As each member of the family draws, there's an increasing sense of dread, because the reader knows that someone in the Hutchinson family is destined for a grim fate. When Tessie Hutchinson draws the slip with the black spot, the tension reaches its peak, and the realization sets in that she is the chosen one. Part 2. The Lottery Ritual. As the villagers gather in the square, the atmosphere is described as pleasant and festive. The narrator sets the scene, emphasizing the summer day's warmth, the blossoming flowers, and the rich greenery. Despite this idyllic setting, an ominous undercurrent begins to surface as the townspeople prepare for the lottery. The black box, a symbol of the tradition, is brought into the square. It is described as shabby, reflecting its age and the long-standing nature of the ritual. The narrator details the procedure of the lottery, explaining how slips of paper are placed in the box, with one slip marked with a black spot. The townspeople, including children, eagerly await the drawing. There is an air of tension and unease, especially as Mr. Summers, the officiator of the lottery, begins to conduct the event. The process is methodical, and families take turns drawing slips from the box. As the Hutchinson family draws their slip with the ominous black spot, the mood shifts dramatically. Tessie Hutchinson protests, realizing that someone in her family is now the chosen one. The community, bound by tradition, begins to turn against Tessie as she becomes the sacrificial victim. Part 3. The Dark Conclusion. The tension built in the previous section reaches its peak as the Hutchinson family draws the marked slip, designating Tessie Hutchinson as the chosen one. The atmosphere shifts from anticipation to horror as the villagers, seemingly desensitized to the gravity of the ritual, proceed to stone Tessie to death. Details of the stoning are starkly portrayed, emphasizing the brutality and inhumanity of the act. Shirley Jackson masterfully captures the disturbing nature of the ritual and its impact on both Tessie and the onlookers. The townspeople, who moments ago were part of a seemingly ordinary community, actively participate in this gruesome event without questioning the morality of their actions. As Tessie pleads for mercy, the villagers callously proceed. Thank you, dear reader, for following the story. I'll create a closing message inspired by the tone of the story. And so the chilling tale of the lottery comes to its unsettling end. as we reflect on the harrowing events that unfolded in this seemingly ordinary town. Let us ponder the deeper implications of traditions, conformity, and the darker facets of human nature. Thank you, dear reader, for accompanying us on this journey into the unsettling realms of societal rituals. May this narrative serve as a thought-provoking exploration of the human condition and the consequences of unquestioning adherence to tradition.